Okay guys, to give you a little update what is going on here. Well, you all remember the 1980, this gentleman is brought in and he's got a Cadillac motor in here. Anyway, out of all things, but he just said, hey, can you just get this up and running for me and fix some rust in the floors, but just jerry rig it. He didn't want to do it like proper fancy. So you can see I've got this side all cut out, and I've done the other side, I've cut it out. So I'm replacing the cab support, replacing the inner rocker that goes in behind here, and then I'm replacing the floor pan itself. So, and again, like I say, we'll see it in the other side here. I'm not doing, you know, I'm not, on this one here, it's probably 50% butt welded, and it's the other 50%, honestly, it's overlapped. Now, I did cut the rust away, but in some areas I left a little bit of an, like, you know, like, I don't know if you can see it to the undercoat, but up in here, I just left it and overlapped it. It's overlapped. There's probably a 1/4 inch of metal here. I just overlapped it. He didn't want to get too carried away with it there. So that's what we're doing, and it turned out good. Sprayed some seam sealer around there. Again, he didn't want to spend a lot of money, so this is just a rattle can shit. Out the door, it's solid. It's got a new cab support. Right, it's got the inner rocker done, and it's got the floor pan done. It's going to outlive us, you know, well, depending where it's going. So that's been going on, working away on that. Parts for the Mercedes. There we go. Now the car's getting painted here, but this is, there's the hood, the trunk lid, there's a door there, the other door's over in the other shop, tucked away. These parts are all painted. That's 3 coats of base, and we put on 4 coats of clear, and this is all going to get wet sanded and polished. That's what the plan is. So I'm running a real high-end clear on here. I can't remember the name of it, but it's $1,000 a gallon. Normally I run matrix clear. That's more like 600 a gallon. This is 1,000 a gallon. It's a little thicker clear. Now some people have different way of doing it. Now if you're looking for that ultimate show car look, and you don't want to worry about your polish or cutting through anything, what you normally would do is you'd put your color on, and then you would put probably your regular 3 coats of clear on, and we always use 3 coats, and then you'd leave it sit. Then you'd come back to it the next day and you'd Scotch Brite it all, or you wouldn't Scotch Brite it, you would wet sand it with like 800 to 1,000 grit, the whole car. Then you would give it some more coats of the clear, maybe another 2 or 3, and then you'd call it a day. And then the guy would come in and polish that, and whoo, it looked good. But we gave it 4 coats. I'm not too concerned. All you need to do, honestly, if you got a good polisher, is tell him how many coats of clear are on there, and he should be able to know what to do. It all depends where they start with the sandpaper grit, right? So this is getting very, very close. So we got to get these parts done next, but the car will be getting painted up here now. That's the plan. The Buick, as you know, has got the engine in. It's got the engine and tranny, but we're waiting on parts. So we're waiting on parts, but the Buick has got the engine and transmission in it. So while we're waiting on parts, what do? Well, you might have remembered, let's take a good look at the Buick here, how she's sitting, what she looks like. Very nice, eh? Let's look inside. Door panels. Very, very nice. Now you might have remembered the 69 Charger that came in 7-8 months ago. We took the Hemi, the 426 Hemi out of it because it had problems. Anyway, the engine is back, and she's back on the lift. The old General is back on the lift, and Mike's got the engine and transmission bolted in there now. So he's got that in, got the drive shaft in. Get the exhaust on it tomorrow, get a few other things on it, and then we got to get the blower on it here, carbs on it. So it's Friday tomorrow, so he'll be on it for pretty much the day, working away on that. There's the old General. We got the little tea bucket thing, the homemade little bucket. Mike's finished welding up the frame. He's put in some nut inserts there for the battery to mount down, drilling it out for the gas tank to mount there, so he's getting all that done. That's good. What else is going on here? The Firebird. Now the owner on this one, he brought it in for us to do the rust repair on it. So that's what we did. We took care of like, you remember, we took care of the inner and outer wheel tubs, we did the quarters, we did all that kind of stuff, the floor pans, all of it. He's going to take it home now. He's going to play around with the mechanical, and he's going to drive it a little bit this summer, but he doesn't want to just take it home with the back end and primers. He says he can shoot a little paint on there. So we're shooting on the factory red paint that was on, you know, that the car should be, but we didn't really do any body work. This is basically all we did was skim a little putty over where the welds are. That's it for now. Shoot some paint on, just a couple coats, so keep it thin, because it's going to come back. We don't want to waste a lot of his money and time, because it's going to come back. We're going to sand it all back off probably in the fall. So we're going to give him, you know, 2 or 3 coats of base and probably just shoot a coat of clear on it and walk away. No point wasting a lot of time, right? So we got the trunk lid set up there, spoiler for the trunk lid's over there, and there's the car all messed up. So this is all that's being painted tonight. So this will be painted up tonight. Shoot some paint up in here, you know, and that'll be good. Now obviously I'll show you the difference. The color, this car has been repainted before, so the car's not going to match when you see this in the next video, because here's where the car's been repainted. Here's the red that's on here, but this is the original red. So the car's going back this color tonight. So it's going to have a darker color on the rear and then a lighter color on the front. But whatever, it don't matter. It don't matter. Now you're probably asking, does that mean when the car comes back, you're just going to leave that and then paint the rest of the car? No, we are not. We're going to sand all this down and repaint the whole car. Because like I said, we didn't do any body work along here. So when this car is painted, these are aftermarket quarter panels we bought. They're going to have a few little ripples in them, they do. But we didn't take care of that right now because he didn't want to take care of that right now. He just basically wanted the rust repair done. So that's what I mean when I say I work with customers. That's how I work with customers. Doesn't mean you're going to get a cut in the break and the money or the charge. It's going to be the same. It is what it is. It's, you know, what I charge you an hour is what I charge you an hour. But if you say, hey, I want to take it home now, shoot some paint on there. Don't worry, at them quarters got a few little dings and ripples in them. When I picked them up, just shoot some paint on it for now, so at least it looks half-assed decent till I can afford to do the whole car later. Hey, job's a job. That's what we do. So you can see we got all our Matrix product ready to rock and roll down there. So that's going on there. And then the Caddy. The old Cadillac. Cadillac's coming along really nice. Oh, so the Cadillac is right here, and of course the Cadillac, if you know these cars, the quarters come on and off. So we take them off, we put them on. We take them off, we put them on. It's nice to be able to set them on a sawhorse and work on them that way. But you can see, we like to leave panels fitted so we can get all the lines and adjustments done properly. Then you blow it apart. Then you put it together one more time. Then you blow it apart and you paint it. Then you put it together. It should line up. Just like we even fit the fender skirts to it. Because somebody might do the bodywork on the quarter, do the bodywork on the fender skirt, not fit it. They go to fit it, and then the fender skirt might not line up with everything. We make sure that everything is going to kind of line up. Just flow like it should. So you can see Sean's just plugging away here on this one. It's a big car. Big car. Lots to do. Lots to do. You know, I had to do some rust repair down on the door down here. I had to do some rust repair in the other quarter. Other than that, so far I haven't found nothing. But we stripped the quarters of bare metal because they were bubbling, but the rest of the car is solid. So I don't know what else is hidden under the rest of the car, but it seems pretty decent. So there we go. And we got a fender a guy brought in for a little Pontiac Ventura. He hasn't got the chrome on it, so I welded up the holes, and it had a bit of rust. I did this today too. It had a bit of rust. You can see down there where it's bare metal. I welded in brand new pieces in there. All we're doing with this is getting it straight, prime it, let it sit, block it, paint it. He'll take it home. He'll put it on his car. And of course, like I told him, when you do that, I can't promise you, even though I'm getting the right paint, the right color, everything that you want, I can't it's going to look different, because when you're painting pieces separately like that, you don't do that. You normally would do a blend. So you'd have the fender on the car and you'd blend it into the door and blend it onto the top of the hood, so you don't notice it so much. But yeah, I explained it to him. He understands. He's cool with it. Way to go. Another happy customer. Okay. So other than that, I don't got much more to show you. I know some of you might be all dying to see my bar I built, but I'm not quite done. But there is a sign right there that says, "Sorry, we're drinking." Nobody's been in there yet. But like I say, I have changed a lot in here. I've added a lot of stuff in here, and I keep adding more every day. I'm cleaning this room up really, really good. These parts won't be here. There's customer parts that'll be going out of here, but she's getting cleaned up real nice. So I'm super stoked. Anyway, we got to get on to doing a little painting in a while. So I'm going to head my ass in the house, have some dinner before the fun begins, and well, the next video we'll have her all painted up and you get to see it. Hey, it's always a good time all the time.